the Expanding Your Search and Stopping for Directions podcast with Brent and Jody Bailey. We are growing our circles of connections and knowledge together with encouraging conversations and positive communications. Today, Brent and Jody welcome
director of the brand new film Church People, Shawn Shaw.
And now, Brent and Jody Bailey.
Hey everybody, welcome to Expanding Your Search and Stopping for Directions. It's Brent Bailey. How you doing? Hopefully you're having a great day. It's Wednesday. You know what that means? Hump Day. We're right over it, and we're heading into the second half of the week. The weekend is coming and coming fast. So hopefully you got big plans this weekend. If you don't, I have something for you that would be perfect. So right now I'm heading over to the desk right now, and there's Jody and our brand new producer. Yep, there he is. And that's Preston, everybody. That's Jody and I's oldest son. And
yes.
I'm a real boy.
he is picking up the family business, and so
he is.
So anyway, Preston, welcome to the show. Yeah. Listen, he's got so much to say. So
he
anyway,
does. He said,
he'll
can I say
adapt
anything?
and grow.
He will,
because
he does have a lot to say.
So anyway, Jody, this weekend,
Yes.
if people don't have plans, you
Yes.
need to make plans for either Saturday, Sunday, or Monday.
Yes.
There's a brand new faith-based film coming out. It's called Church People.
It is, yeah.
We've already seen it.
We have.
And it's hilarious.
It is so good. You know, these faith-based movies,
They're getting better.
They're getting better and better. And I mean, it really has got such a great message. And
Tremendous.
And if you have a chance to go see it, if it's in your area, and you'll get more information here.
If you have a theater that does Fathom events,
yes,
then you probably are going to be able to see this film.
And we do.
Obviously. And
so
I would highly encourage it. But we've got the director of the movie, Shawn Shaw, is going to be on here to talk about. This film has everybody in it. It's just such a big cast that is like legitimate folks from Hollywood and the music business and other things. So anyway, before we get into that, though, of course, we've got a lot going on around the country, and we always like to talk about national days and maybe things we've seen in the newspaper and things like that. So, Jody, what's going on today?
is a blueberry popover day. That's our food today.
What is that?
It is like a popover. I mean, they're like rolls. They puff up and they've got filling in them.
Awesome.
And obviously it's blueberries but they say it kind of, you can put custard and a bunch of different things in it. It's kind of like a Yorkshire pudding.
Okay.
But sweet.
That sounds pretty good.
It does sound good. So, go ahead and try your hand at that if you like to bake. So,
all right.
Blueberry Popover Day. Then, it's also National Pack Your Lunch Day. Now, I know we're in the afternoon. So
that dude
Preston,
sitting next to you knows all about that.
He does.
He doesn't pack his own lunch.
He doesn't.
I pack coffee.
You don't even do that.
Mom packs for you. So anyway,
So pack your lunch.
So what do you pack in your lunch? Drop in the comments below while you're clicking that share button, and tell us what is your go-to take to lunch thing.
Yeah.
I remember as a kid that was something I did in school.
Yeah.
We talked about we've talked about this before, lunch boxes and things like that. I had one of the old metal. Did you have one of those?
Yes, I did.
That would stand up on their own.
Yeah.
That was like, now that I think about it, that was like the first laptop. Because the lid flopped down.
Yeah,
and
it did.
And you just reached in there and pulled your stuff out.
Yeah.
Might be other something there.
Yeah.
Anyway, I had several. I had an NFL one, which I still have. It's still in good shape. I had a King Kong, the 77 movie with Jeff Bridges.
Okay.
I wish I had that one because that one would probably be worth some money.
Uh-huh.
I also had Jabberjaws. Yeah, he was the shark that talked all the time. It was kind of modeled after Curly. And it was like Scooby-Doo underwater.
Right, it was.
So
I only watched it a little bit, but yeah. I know I had one, but I don't remember what I had on it. Because, we didn't. I did.
You were a pastor's kid. You weren't allowed to have
No,
anything
we
like
didn't
that,
do
were you?
superhero stuff. I mean, it was all girls in the house, so.
So
Anyway, but
anyway,
yeah.
so who was on your lunchbox and what was your go-to thing? I was a bologna sandwich kid.
Yeah. I was probably a bologna sandwich kid
People
as
would
well.
probably tell you that I'm full of bologna now. So.
I get ramen.
Ramen.
Preston gets
Very
soup.
sophisticated.
But now, see, all the lunch boxes now are, insulated.
Zip up yeah,
and
to keep stuff
so
cool.
you can put hot food in there and it stays warm.
Yep. I remember
For a little bit.
I remember
Yeah, I
when
guess.
he was born. We kind of themed his bedroom was Superman, and that was
Yes.
kind of probably more me than her. But
Yes.
we had Superman everything. I mean everything. And I went to a trade show and I saw this display of a lunchbox that was basically the S and the belt and the underwear and then the cape hang off the back.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You remember that one?
That was your first lunchbox, pal.
Yeah, I remember that.
Yeah, you
I don't
remember?
know where it is, but
Yeah, I think we got rid of it because it was stinking.
Yeah.
It was
yeah.
fabric instead of metal. So
Yeah.
Anyway, all right. What else is going on in the?
It's also National Mario Day. Mario.
Oh,
like
Mario,
Super
yeah,
Mario
okay.
Brothers. I was trying to say that with a rolled R and it didn't work.
Mario.
Mario.
Hey, it's me.
It's Mario.
So Phil Liberatore, our good friend, we love you. So you folks don't know who I'm talking about.
No, but he has
He's
been a guest
on the show. We need to have him back on because
do.
tax seasons are right around the corner. But
Yep.
Mario Phil looks like Mario.
He
very much
does.
So.
He really does.
Does anybody remember the first video game that Mario appeared in?
Mario.
We talked about this, and I don't remember what it was.
Any ideas, Preston? Come on, you're young and hip. And
game
it
or
was a video game, yes.
Okay, Smash Bros?
Correct. Mario's first appearance, he wasn't named. We didn't
Yeah.
know his name was Mario.
Oh, it was Donkey Kong.
It was Donkey
Donkey
Kong.
Kong.
Hey, all right.
Good job.
Somebody's teaching you good over there. Donkey Kong. He was appearance. The first there was, and he was called Jumpman.
Yeah.
So, but then we later found out his name was Mario.
Yep.
So, anyway,
So yeah, Mario. There's a lot of stuff. Super Mario Brothers. I mean, there's so many things, and it's continuing.
oh
to
my
evolve.
gosh, the new version of Mario Kart that you can actually buy the remote-controlled car and race it around your living room. While
Yeah.
you're playing the game, the car is following your actions on the screen. It's amazing. Peyton's got one, so it's really cool.
Yeah,
so.
it's very, very cool. So
Yeah. How do you know Mario from? So
yeah, let us know.
Anything else?
Yeah, just one more is National Registered Dietitian Nutritionist Day. That's a mouthful.
all
you
by
know.
yourself?
Registered Dietitian Nutritionist Day,
All
and
right.
that is a day we just acknowledge and thank those dietitians and nutritionists that try to keep us healthy and eating right.
Thank God.
Thank God.
Because we'd all weigh 600 pounds. If we were-
And reminding us of the foods that we should and should not be eating.
Yeah. So,
So,
happy,
thank you.
happy day,
Day
for
to
you, and praise the Lord for you. So, all right. Folks, that's what's going on around the country. Now, let's jump into it and expand your search. I had the pleasure of seeing a pre-screen of this new movie, Church People, that is coming out this weekend. It is a faith-based comedy that is set to debut in select theaters this coming weekend. You can actually sign up if you're a church and take your congregations to go do it, but you can also sign up for all kinds of updates at their website. This is a hilarious movie that is the story of real people with real struggles and their unique paths, to say the least, to discovering what faith in Jesus is all about. It kind of rung true for me because it starts with this guy that he's known as America's youth pastor, and he is a youth pastor at a mega church, which I had the pleasure of being for 11 years. He's stuck in a mega church marketing machine, and he wants to find out his passion and his love for Jesus again. And so he gets off the world tour, and he goes back and he's thrown into this I don't know how you would describe that. It was a marketing stunt that the leadership of the church was wanting to do around Easter, and it just leads to all kinds of hilarious. Church People really exposes some of the crazy heights that some people will go to in this evangelical subculture. But this movie has a great message behind it as well. It really talks about God's abundance grace through a poignantly redemptive climax. We're going to show you the trailer right now. Enjoy this look at Church People.
I told you if we broke attendance records, I'd get the church logo tattooed on my arm.
Skip, remember back when we first started? All we did was preach the gospel.
Ooh, Superman works. I like Superman. Guy, what do you think?
What happened to you?
Me? Your dad is the one with the gimmicks.
The power of the Holy Spirit propels us.
I just want the church to get back to the gospel.
Problem is, you're trying to get your message across.
The gospel?
Right. And ain't nobody listening to that.
For Good Friday and Easter, I need something big. Amen?
Bigger than the resurrection.
Bigger than anything we've ever done. National headlines.
Preach on the death and resurrection of Jesus.
Bam! An actual crucifixion.
Uh-oh.
By placing the nails through your palms in the right place, we hope to avoid major nerve damage.
Operation Stop Skip is a go. That's awesome.
You have to cancel this Good Friday stunt.
Don't be so dramatic, honey. Ooh, I like the rusty ones.
What are you gonna do?
I told him he's insane. Been praying for you about that toe fungus.
This could be beneficial for all parties involved.
We foster a yes environment here.
God wanted me to marry you and you could be my wife.
I have an answer for you.
All right, so as you can tell, it's hilarious, and I laughed a lot throughout the entire thing. My guest today is the director of this great movie, Christopher Shawn Shaw. He is an award-winning filmmaker and owner of Anchor Productions. He is the director of, like I said, Church People. This movie has a large cast, including Thor Ramsey, Stephen Baldwin, William Baldwin, China Phillips, Michael Monks, Donald Faison, and Joey Fatone. And that's just scratching the surface. So please welcome to the program today, Christopher Shawn Shaw. Christopher, so great to meet you.
Thank you. Thanks for having me. Great to be here.
I was so excited when we reached out to you, and you came back with so much enthusiasm about being on our show. And of course, we've seen Thor already out on Governor Huckabee's show talking about the movie, and it's just so great to have you guys here. And really, it's an honor to meet you. So tell us a little bit about yourself. I understand you reside in California.
I do. I live in Northern California, but I grew up in Ohio. Go Buckeyes.
Yeah. What part? What part?
I don't really follow sports. I grew up in Coshocton County, Ohio, in a little village. Yes, I said village. It's not a town. It's not a city. It's the village of, shout out to Plainfield, Ohio. So I grew up in Plainfield, Ohio, less than 200 people. And it's in Coshocton County. Went to Ridgewood School District, so Ridgewood Junior High School, and graduated from there in 1990. Then I went to Otterbein College, now University, in Westerville, Ohio, and graduated from there in 1994.
I just grew up right across the river from Ohio in Ashland, Kentucky, so I know Ohio very well. So it's good to see somebody from our part of the country doing well. Talk a little bit about Anchor Productions and what else do you do with that?
Well, Anchor Productions does film and video productions. One of my clients is a pediatrician in Southern California named Dr. Watson. Yes, real name, Timothy Watson. We do, with him, I work with comedian Scott Wood, who does hilarious impressions, and he's a rapid fire comic, kind of like Rodney Dangerfield. He'd be like the clean version of Rodney Dangerfield, and hilarious and impressions. So we do these sketches for Mission Pediatrics if you go to missionpediatrics.com or look up Dr. Watson on YouTube and Dr. Watson and Scott Wood on YouTube, you'll find some of our sketches. But it's over the top, zany sketches that basically teach patients and staff clinic etiquette. So,
all right,
public service announcement with zaniness. So,
okay. So then you also, I guess, you're involved in helping other businesses.
Yeah, I can help businesses, organizations, individuals with basic branding, basic social media marketing and strategies. Basically, consulting. I can do creative consulting, and of course, I can assemble a team to do a full-on production, be it a short film or a feature film.
All right, and so I understand too that you really have a thing for Ghirardelli hot cocoa. Is that right?
Well, the Ghirardelli Intense Dark 72% is my jam. I have like 3 or 4 squares a day, and I that's really, really good. So if you want to send gifts, Ghirardelli dark chocolate.
Okay, we'll make a note of that. I know that we have a Ghirardelli here at Disney Springs, and when you walk by, you can smell the chocolate a mile away almost, and
it's I've had many a different dark chocolate, and it is hands down the best. 72% Ghirardelli Intense Dark, hands down the best.
All right, so now your wife and kids and a dog, is that what I understand?
Yes, so I have a wife and a daughter, and my wife is a NICU nurse, so the film industry was very foreign to her. See, she's used to going to a job for a set number of hours, and imagine this, getting paid for a set number of hours.
Yeah.
She's used to that. And then she married a filmmaker. And just to give you a little glimpse, this movie that's coming out this coming weekend, March 13, 14, 15, via Fathom Events, church people, over 11 years in the making. I've been attached to this project for 11 years last month.
Wow. All right.
And Thor even longer. Thor is the original writer on it. There's 3 writers on it: Thor Ramsey, Bob Sands, Wes Halula. And but it started with Thor, and Thor had the original concept, and I connected with him in 2009 on Facebook. We did our first little short film in 2010. We've done several short films over the years, but in 2010 we did our first one called Skip Listening, which did really well at the 168 Film Project Film Festival. And we actually have a feature-length version scripted for Skip Listening as well. So if anybody out there wants to fund another comedy that highlights the deaf culture, hit us up.
I remember, and I know we're gonna have Thor on the show day after tomorrow. So
oh, nice, good. He's a great interview.
And I remember seeing him on the Thou Shalt Laugh tour. We used to sell DVD copies of that when I was a youth pastor myself. So wow, it's just a small world. All right, so let's get into the film, because as I was watching it, I literally found myself laughing out loud multiple times. But the
Very
thing
nice.
that was
that's the goal with a comedy, is that you laugh. So
right.
I'm glad that worked.
There are some comedies you kind of laugh and you kind of go, This one actually, I was like, whoa, that's hilarious. I wasn't expecting it. And so, but you got a lot of mainstream folks in this, actors and actresses, and a lot of big name filmmakers collaborating on this project. So first of all, I know we mentioned some of them, but who are some of the other individuals that are involved in this?
Okay, so there's a number of them, so please forgive me if I miss somebody. But so you got Thor Ramsey, who's a veteran stand-up comedian. He's also, a lot of people don't know, he's a full-time pastor of a church plant in Southern California. Wow. So you got Thor Ramsey as a star. You got Aaron Cahill. You got Stephen Baldwin, Donald Faison from Scrubs, Joey Fatone, special appearance by William Baldwin and China Phillips, who are married in real life. Some people don't know that. William Baldwin and China Phillips are married in real life. And this is the first time I'm aware of that they appear on screen together as husband and wife. So really fun scene. Then you got Adriana Manfredi, and oh my golly, I need to look this up because it's been a few years since we shot this thing, but it's either Andriana or Andriana. I'm blanking. I apologize, but she's stellar. She played Gretchen. I don't want to give away who she is in the movie, but you know who Gretchen is.
Yes.
She was fabulous. And then Clancy McCartney played Blaze. We had Tessie Santiago, who played the mom at the end, and Isabella Hoffman. So, and I'm sure I missed somebody. Did I say Michael Monks? Oh my golly, I can't not say Michael Monks.
Yeah,
Michael Monks, Pastor Skip. He also was Thor's acting coach on set, because this is Thor's first feature. So he helped out Thor, and he helped out like one or two other actors who needed some coaching or whatever. But man, he knocked it out of the park.
He did.
Shout out to Michael Monks. Some of you might know him. I'd seen him before because he's been in TV and film for decades.
My wife recognized him immediately from Friends.
So he first came on my radar big time in The Practice.
Okay.
He played George Vogelman for 4 seasons on The Practice. And back in that time, I was living in Southern California, and I actually did some extra work, background acting on The Practice, because my background was actually, I went to college for acting. I wanted to be a movie star. I had the stars in my eyes. And then just over the years, the Lord was changing my heart, and I found myself more and more behind the camera, more and more enjoying being behind the camera. As a matter of fact, when I was in college, I was like, man, I wish I could be behind the camera and in front of the camera at the exact same time. But, God's got the whole omnipresent thing going on. We don't.
You did it. You did a really good job directing this stellar cast, and the movie is just really great. It flows well. Everything about it is so great. I want to say just this: China and Billy scene. It almost steals the movie. It almost steals the movie, and I can almost see like a spin-off movie for them in some form or fashion, because their characters were. I was crying.
Let me call Thor. Hey, Thor.
Oh my gosh! You know how I was going to say one of the other movies, the This Is 40, was a spin-off of another movie, and those two characters, But anyway, I don't want to tell you how to do your job, but my goodness, they were brilliant. They were absolutely brilliant. So
that scene is one of the funniest scenes in the movie.
Oh, it's so good, so good. So, all right, let's talk about the aspect of the film. What do you think is going to resonate the most with your audience?
Well, I think for people who are inside the church, it's going to resonate because they probably have seen this kind of thing happen before, maybe not to the extreme that this movie takes it. One thing that's important to mention is this is a satire. So it's not just a regular kind of comedy. It's a satire. But as Thor likes to say, you can only satirize what you love. And otherwise it comes across as mean-spirited. And you can tell some of the films where people satirize certain topics or certain groups, and it comes across mean-spirited because they don't love the group they're satirizing. So that's something that Thor is probably going to share with you on his interview, so I won't steal his thunder. But yeah, I think it's going to resonate with people inside the church. I think it's going to resonate with people outside the church because it's a comedy and there's funny stuff in it, and who doesn't like to laugh? And who doesn't need to laugh? Let's be real. Who doesn't need to laugh? Laughter is medicine.
Yeah.
So I think you're probably going to recognize yourself in one or more of the characters. And I think there's I like to call it poignant laughter. I think this movie has a lot of poignant laughter in it.
Yeah, I spent 11 years at a mega church as a youth pastor myself, and so there's a lot of things I was watching going, oh, that is very accurate right there, very, very accurate. So, okay, so I know that it's coming out this weekend in select theaters. Let's talk a little bit how churches can actually go ahead and book a screening if they want to, and then what's the next step after that?
Sure. So there's a couple links I really want to highlight. So the first one is churchpeoplefilm.com. That's the main hub for pretty much all things about the movie. churchpeoplefilm.com. There's even a study guide there. But anyway, there's a button there that says theaters and showtimes. There's a button there that says host a showing. That's what you want to tell your pastors and church leaders about. Because so the movie opens via Fathom Events in theaters March 13, 14, and 15. So that's Saturday, Sunday, Monday. In your local area, I believe that's a Saturday night showing at 7, a Sunday matinee at 4, and a Monday night showing at 7. And then, so that's the Fathom Events. But then also, churches can host a screening. Again, the button's on the website, churchpeoplefilm.com. They can host a showing of the film, like a ticketed screening event, And that's happening from March 13 to April 13. So for a month, that's happening. And then I really want to encourage people to go to churchpeoplefilm.com and scroll down the homepage to the bottom where there's a sign up for the updates, because there's a really fun video that I'm told is dropping this week before the release. I think it might also be part of the Fathom event at the screener as well.
Oh, nice.
So I'm not 100% on that. I mean, I'm getting some updates verbally, so don't quote me on it, but you want to sign up for the updates, because the other thing they do is they send the fun videos and stuff that come out in the emails. So you should see it in the email. Of course, you'll see it on social media. And then also next week, if you sign up for updates and you don't see it elsewhere on social media, which you should if you're on social media, but there's going to be a big announcement next week. If you couldn't make it to the theater, or there wasn't a theater close to you, you couldn't make it to a church that was playing it because there wasn't a church close to you, or there's nothing open where you're at, then there is going to be a way very soon you're going to be able to see the film.
Awesome.
And that's announcing, I'm told, next week. So
Awesome.
Sign up for the updates. It'll be in your inbox. And the other link I want to highlight is if you go to the Facebook page, it's under Church People Movie. Find the trailer there. It has over 1.3 million views on the trailer on the Facebook page. If you like the trailer, please, there's some links right there. Look at that.
Yes, we're on top of it.
So at Church People Movie for Facebook, find the trailer. If you enjoy the trailer, please comment, like it, and share. I like to say this. You may not be somebody who can fund a project like this, so there's more content out there like this, but what you can do is you can let the people know who can fund other projects like this. You can let them know there's a desire and a need for it by, getting tickets, renting it when it comes out that way, watching it on demand, et cetera, and sharing it. Share.
Awesome.
If there's a bunch of eyeballs on that trailer, then that's a pretty good indication that people want to see that content.
Awesome. Folks, this is Christopher Shawn Shaw. He was the director of the brand new movie that's coming out this weekend entitled Church People. We're so grateful for your time today. We are just praying that the Lord blesses this effort and lots of people get to see it, and that they get the message that's behind it, and they get to laugh in the meantime. Thanks so much for coming by and making such a great film.
Thanks so much for having me, and I'm so glad you enjoyed it. God bless you, and God bless your audience.
All right, bless you. All right, that's Christopher Shawn Shaw, and now let's stop for directions. The excitement of a film like this is huge. With some of the best in Hollywood and the music business getting behind it, you can't help but be excited about the message of our gospel being produced in an outstanding level like this. That's what we as believers should be doing with everything in our lives anyway. Paul echoes this when he wrote the letter to the Colossians church in chapter 3, verse number 17. He says this, "And whatever you do or say, do it as a representative of the Lord Jesus, giving thanks through him to God the Father." If you're going to do something, do it big. No matter how many people tell you no matter how many people say you can't do that, or the people that come alongside and say, "Who do you think you are? You're never going to be able to do that. You'll never pull that off." Remember who called you to do it. Remember who gave you the dream for it. And remember who's going to strengthen you to pull the whole thing off anyway. So if you're going to do something, do it the best that you can. Don't just dream small. Don't just barely get by. Dream big. Go big. Believe big, so that God's power has a place to manifest in your life, your dream, and your purpose. Quality started with God. Let him manifest that quality through you. That's how you should be doing things. That's going to wrap it up for the show today. I'm so grateful to Jody and Preston over there at the tech booth doing a great job. My thanks are huge right now to Christopher Shawn Shaw, Thor Ramsey, and the cast of Church People. Big prayers going up for those guys and the success of the film as it comes out this weekend. Make sure you run out and see it Saturday, Sunday, and Monday through Fathom Events at a theater near you. Until next time, I hope that you found what you were looking for as you took the time today to expand your search and stop for directions. Go to the movies, everybody. Have a great day.
Thanks for joining us today. Connect with us on @ExpandingYourSearch on Facebook and Instagram and @ExpandingSearch on Twitter. Relive any of our episodes on YouTube. We're available wherever podcasts are found, including Spotify, iHeartRadio, Apple Podcasts, and Google Podcasts. You can also download the Direction Ministries app on iOS, Android, Apple TV, Roku, and Amazon Fire. Take some time today to expand your search and stop for directions.